What's going on, stackers? So in this video I want to share with you 10 insanely useful Canva hacks for low content book publishers. So, welcome back to Stacking Profit. My name's Paddy, and over here we give you the tools and resources to learn, grow and master passive income streams so that you can live a life of freedom. Now, like I said in this video, I'm going to share with you 10 insanely useful Canva hacks, and this is for low content book publishing. So if you actually use Canva for creating your books, stick around and watch all of this video. Now let's go over to Canva and get stuck right in. So, tip number 1, utilising thumbnails on your book designs here in Canva. Now, this is something that I've recently been doing myself. I've been doing it for a couple of months now, and as we can see, this is what I mean just here. You have your books or your covers, and then you take the design of the book cover and just put it on a page at the beginning so we can see right off the bat what books you have here in Canva. Now, yes, you can read the titles just here, but I personally have found that creating little thumbnails like this just helps me see my designs and see which books are which at a glance, which again just makes things so much easier. Now let me show you how I did this. So let's open a couple of these. Let's open that one and let's open that one. Now this is actually pretty simple to do. Now if we scroll down, we can see I have the actual book just here. So even though I have that thumbnail, this thumbnail is nothing to do with the book. It's just so we can see which books are which at a glance on the Canva homepage. So actually, if I created a book like this and had a thumbnail, what I'd want to do is delete that thumbnail first and then download the book. We don't want this thumbnail in the actual book for KDP because again, this is only just for Canva. Now what I went ahead and done is take the cover. So let's go over to here. I do it for the covers as well. We're going to cover that in a minute. All I do is take the book cover. So I download. In fact, let's find the right one. Let's scroll down. If you want to see any of these books being created, we do have a video here on YouTube. What I'll do is link that video in the right hand corner so you can go through and watch how I created this cover. Now what I do is go to download, go to PNG, keep that the same, and then I do page 4, I think that one is, download, and then all I do is upload that back into Canva. So now that's downloaded, let's go back to the thumbnail just here. Then I upload that into Canva, just there, we can see I already done that. So in fact, let's just delete that real quick. And then what I do, click on the image, make it smaller so it's just the front cover, make it bigger, and then just move over to fit the page like so. Then I just move to the back, and then I have this, which is just a transparent rectangle. So if we go to elements just here, I use that shape rectangle. I made it transparent as well, so we can actually see through that and see the cover behind it. And then I just layered on top the text saying what it actually is. So for this instance, this is a 90s composition notebook. Now if we go back over to the home page, we can see that just here. And this helps me because when you have quite a few books here in Canva, you can just see right off the bat which books they are, and it's going to say it like that. Again, this just helps me see all of my books at a glance. I also do this for the covers. So if we go back to here, go up to the top, I just have that transparent rectangle over the top saying YouTube comp covers. Now this is going to be different. You could have this as your brand name or your author name over on Amazon so you know which covers are which. But again, this is just a useful tip that I've been doing over the last few months. Now, tip number 2. Well, this isn't really a tip. This is an update which Canva recently added and I want to share, and that's CMYK or RGB. RGB. These are two different options that we now have when downloading our covers. Now, if we go over to here, I've put in what is RGB and CMYK used for. So RGB is best for websites and digital communications, while CMYK is better for print materials. So now when you download your covers, we have this option. So if we go to share and then go to download, PDF print, we can see that just here, RGB and CMYK. Now, me personally, I don't worry about this too much. All my covers are in RGB and I've never had any issues. But I know a lot of people ask about the two differences and whether or not they should use CMYK or RGB and whether or not it actually makes a difference. And I know a lot of people wanted this feature here within Canva, so I thought I'd add this to the list. So that's tip number 2. We now have this option. Again, not really much of a tip, but there we go. Now, tip number 3, again, this isn't really a tip. This is another update which Canva just recently added, and that is the option to duplicate your pages up to 150 times. Now, previously, we only had the option to have 100 pages. So if we go to here, I believe I have 100 pages. Just here, hold on, there we go. So if we scroll through, I have 100 pages. That was the limit. Actually, I have 101 now, but 100 pages was the limit, which meant if we had any interiors which we created, we had to create 2 different files and then merge them together. Well, now, if we do this, let's go to copy and paste. Look, we now have the option to duplicate pages up to 150, which is absolutely awesome because most of my books, there we go, most of my books are under 150 pages, but over 100. So now that Canva has added this feature, we can now create interiors up to 150 pages, which again is absolutely awesome. Now, on to the next, and that is tip number 4, utilising folders to stay more organised. Now, here within Canva, I'm going to go onto the other page because that's being a little bit weird because I tried duplicating too much. So let's go to here. Now, in Canva, you have the option to create folders. So we see these folders just here. I actually have quite a few. Now, you can use these to stay more organised, and you can create folders and subfolders. So let's go ahead and create one. Now let's go to here, we go to create new, and then we can name your folder. So I do this by graphics, by niches, and by the illustrators. So there's lots of different ways you can do this, but for this instance, let's do main folder. So again, this could be anything. And then we're going to go to create folder. And now you can upload your images into this folder to keep it more organized. Now, if you want to create a subfolder, once you're in the main folder, we go to the 3 dots, we go to create new folder inside of folder, and then we can just name this one subfolder. Again, you can use this and stay a lot more organized with your graphics. Now, if we go to create folder, we now have that subfolder within the main folder, as we can see just here. Now, I'm going to get rid of that folder like that, because now if you want to try and find your folders, they're going to be here on the left hand side, or if I get rid of the folder section like so, you have to go to more, and then it would be in here somewhere. You can even, oh, it's just here. Now, if you can't find anything, you can always use the search bar just here, but I'm going to click on the folders, and then if we go to just here, we can see that main folder, and then we have that subfolder. Now, if you're on the home page of Canva, you can also go to your projects just here, and it will show you all of your folders just here. Now, obviously, I am going to have to blur some of them out, but the folders feature is absolutely awesome. There's only one issue, and that is that it's a Canva Pro feature. Now, if we go over to Google, That's the wrong one. Let's go to here. We can see I typed in how many free folders can you have in Canva. So you can only have 2 on the free version. So free users can create up to 2 folders. But if you have Canva Pro, you can create unlimited. Now, if you want to try out a 30-day free trial of Canva Pro, then there will be a link down in the description below. Disclaimer, this is an affiliate link, so if you do decide to purchase, I will make a small commission. Now, tip number 5, and that's using or utilizing the Save Elements feature. Now, if you're using Canva and you find some graphics that you like, let's go to Elements. Let's search Monkey. Now, any elements that you find, you can actually move them directly to a folder. So if we click on the 3 dots just here and go to Add Folder, I could share this and put this into a different folder for easy access. So if I type in main just here, like so, it's going to find that main folder which we just created. I can click on there and move. Now if we go to that main folder, it's going to put it here. Now you could have a folder named Saved Elements and put it in there, but you can also save elements and star them. So again, if we click on the 3 dots just here, we can click star. Then if we go to just here, where is it? Starred, it's going to put those saved elements there. So any graphics that you find on Canva that you like and you're going to use a few times, you can always just use that feature and put them into the starred section just here. So that's quite a time saver, because sometimes you might find graphics and then forget to do that, and then it's going to take ages to try and find them. If you like a graphic, use that star feature and put it into the starred section. Tip number 6. Uploading images directly onto your design. Now, if we take away this, let's just get rid of that so it's a blank page. There we go. Now what we can do is just take any image. So if we grab this one, we can, whoops, I didn't mean to open it. We can just drag that onto the page like this, and it's going to automatically upload that into your upload section. Now it's a shame that you can't upload it here and it goes into a subfolder or a folder, but if we go to uploads just here, it's going to be here in your upload section. But again, you can just take the graphic and directly upload it onto the page, as we can see just there. Now, tip number 7, and that is using keyboard shortcuts. Now let's take away that, because there's a few shortcuts that you can do which just makes things so much easier. So if we click onto the page like this, one of the shortcuts is just by tapping L. Now if we click on L, it's going to put a line on the page, which means we don't actually have to go into the elements because of these shortcuts. Another one is R. So if we tap R, we're going to get a, let's click on the page, we're going to get a rectangle. So let's get rid of that one. And if we click C, we're going to get a circle. And if we click T, it's going to bring up the text. So these shortcuts are brilliant because it just saves a little bit of time. Now when it comes to these keyboard shortcuts, there's so many of them that I can't put them in this video. So what I'm going to do is share this website just here, which has 70 plus keyboard shortcuts to become a Canva Pro. Now if we scroll down to here, we can see all these shortcuts. To add a line, you want to tap L, add a rectangle, which is R, add a circle, C, add a text box, T, and then you have all of these other ones as well. So what I'm going to do is link this website down in the description so you can come through and take a look. But start using shortcuts because it just makes things so much easier. Now, tip number 8, and that's using the effects on your text. Now this tip is perfect if you're trying to create colouring books, because we can use fonts and then turn them into any colouring font. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, let me show you. We have the text just here. Let's get rid of that line. We have this text. Let's just go ahead and make this bold. Now, with me, I have Canva Pro, so I upload lots of different types of fonts. If you don't have Canva Pro, you can just use the free ones. Now, I'm going to take this one just here, like so. In fact, let's take away the your. So it just says paragraph text. Now what we can do here, we can go on to effects. They have all of these different effects just here. They have shadow, lift, hollow, splice, echo, glitch, neon, background, and then you can actually play with the curved one as well, and you can make your fonts curved, which is really handy to have. Now let's go back one, because the one I want to share is splice. This is what I use when I'm creating my colouring books. Now we can play around with the thickness, the offset, and the direction. The direction I want at 0, so it brings it like that. The offset I want at 0 as well. And then what I want to do is change the inside colour to white, and now we have a paragraph or a text that you can actually colour in. So if we made that bigger, we can do that, move that up like so. Let's just make that a little bit smaller, but you get the idea. The effects are brilliant here within Canva, especially if you're creating colouring books, because we can do this. Now, if you want to see a video of me going more in depth and creating colouring pages, then I'll link a video right there in the right hand corner for you to go through and watch. Tip number 9, utilising Canva's colour palette. Now you can get here by going to canva.com/colours/colour palette generator. In fact, I'll link this down in the description as well. But from here, this can help you come up with colour combinations for your covers so you can create better designs. Now, if you have a photo which you really like the colours, you can upload that directly into here, and it's going to tell you the hex code for those colours. So this is really handy as well. But if we scroll down, we can see endless colour palette ideas. So all the colours that they have just here are perfect combinations, so you can use these colour combinations in your designs. You can also come to here where it says explore colour combinations, and it's going to give you so much more. You can even use the search function just here, and let's type in something like tree, and it's going to give you all these different colour combinations. So this is just a really great resource if you struggle coming up with the colours to design your books around. And it just makes the design process that little bit easier. Now, tip number 10, and that is editing PDFs directly into Canva. So let me show you what I mean. Let's go back to the home page of Canva just here. What we can do, we can find interiors. That's low content book interiors, wherever you find them. I found 2 over here on Creative Fabrica. These are the 2 that I'm going to use because there's a couple of things that I want to talk about. But we can take these interiors, these PDFs, and upload them directly onto the home page just here, and then we can edit those PDFs to make them more unique. So if we go here, I already have a couple. I have the weekly meal planner just here. Let's click on that and unzip it. I'm going to take this, I'm going to take the PDF, and just like the images which we did previously, we're actually going to upload these directly onto the home page. So let's take this, let's do that again, like so, and just drop them here. Now we're going to let that one do its thing, and then we're going to take the other one as well. So let's just go back to here. I believe it was this one. So let's unzip the file. Let's go into the folder, and let's take that interior. So we're going to drag, if it's going to let me, drag. No, it's... So take that, drag it, drop, and then we're just going to give that one a second as well. Now if we scroll down a little bit, let's take this. We can now open that because we can see that it's fully uploaded. So let's open that one. Let's go back, give that a second, and then we're going to open this one as well, because there's a couple of things that I want to talk about. Not every PDF interior that you get is created equally, and I want to show you the differences that can happen with the interiors that you try and upload here in Canva. Now, if we look here, let's just get rid of that. What's happened is this is a whole page, as we can see, so we can't actually modify that. If we scroll down, all of the interior for this one is like that, so we can't even go through and edit nothing realistically. Whereas if we open this one just here, let's get rid of that again, we can actually edit this one. So if we click on here, we have the option to change the fonts, as we can see, and if we scroll down, we can do that on here as well. Every font in this interior is changeable, so we can actually go through, customize this interior to make it more unique. But again, remember, not every interior that you get is going to be customizable because they're not all created equally. But I really love this feature anyway, because I have a Creative Fabrica membership. I can go in, download as many interiors as I like at no extra cost because it's part of the membership, upload them directly here within Canva, and then I can edit them to how I want them. So again, it's just a really great feature, but remember, not every interior that you get is created equally. Now, that's all the tips and tricks that I wanted to share. Quite a lot of these, in fact, most of these are really useful if you're trying to publish low content books. Now, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Also, go hit subscribe and hit that little bell icon so you can be notified for any further videos. That being said, I've been Paddy, this has been Stacking Profit, and I'll see you again soon.